Hey folks, JD here, and today this is part 2 of the flight of the HS210. Now, we looked at this the other day. It was outdoors. It didn't do very well outdoors. I don't think this is an outdoor copter, as I said in that video. I think it's an indoor copter. So to prove that, we got another video where we're going to fly it indoors and see exactly how it does. Now, when it was outdoors, it kept on floating up and down, and then it would stop. I thought it was just down to the first battery and being low. So I replaced that, put a new one in, took it back up. Same happened again. It went up to a certain altitude. I pulled it down on the throttle, and then even with me holding the transmitter, the quadcopter still moved up of its own volition. That really did make me think that there was obviously something quite wrong. So today we're going to be taking out the environmental factors. It could have been that the barometer couldn't have been reading that pressure correctly. We were right next to some cold water. The air was quite humid. It had been raining, so there's going to be quite a lot of pressure that this little thing is going to be sensing. Taking all of that out of the equation, we're just going to be flying indoors today through one battery. All right then, folks. Let's see how this one does. And folks, here we go. So we've got the little Holy Stone up in the air. Let's see how she does. So far she looks to be pretty stable. We seem to be okay. Just the barometer reading doesn't seem to be fluctuating through too many different pressure points there. Seems to be quite level-ish. She is floating a little bit. I have got the window open, so maybe there is something. Maybe there's a little breeze coming in, and she may be struggling a little bit there. Flips forward, back, very fast on the flips. Good God. Very, very fast on the flips. I think, all in all, I think that was quite successful. Okay, let's see what she's like flying around. This is just speed mode 1. Let's give her a speed mode 2, and let's see how she goes. Ooh, darting a lot faster. Now what I'm looking for in this flight test is perhaps the quadcopter to automatically start raising herself up, or start altering direction like we had, or what should I say rather, bringing herself up and down like we had when we were out the other day, when she was just constantly floating up and down all the time. Now, so far, it doesn't matter how many times I try and take her up, move her around, she still goes back to quite a nice area. And it's so easy to fly this indoors as well. This is most definitely an indoor copter, not an outdoor copter at all. I mean, indoors, look at her. She's great. I mean, I was just in speed mode 1 there, no problem. Back into speed mode 2. There's no wallow when she turns. She is really, really quite good. And above all, when you level her back off, she goes back up to an altitude and she stays there. There's a little bit of movement around that. You're always going to get a little bit of movement. Optical flow stops that, but this copter, as you know, doesn't have that. It is just a very basic copter. And so far, seems to be doing really quite well. So, yeah, it's great as an indoor copter. An outdoor copter, I think there was, what with the breeze, the different temperatures, the cold wet morning, quite humid air as well, you add all that together and it's not great for a quadcopter. Oh, I thought she was just going up then. Nope, she's not. I mean, so far we've got one battery. We've been flying this now for about three and a half minutes, and no problem. Just gentle movements around the place. If I try and raise her altitude as I'm moving her up and down, no, again, no problem. She goes back up to altitude, then she stays, she reads and she floats. But there's no erraticness like we had outdoors. She's not going right the way up to the top, staying at about 12 foot, and then I'm having to spin her to come back down. If I level her off, she stays there. See, you know, we have got a bit of movement around the place, but literally nothing that bad. If I take her up quite high, then she carries on and then she levels off, and then she continues to float as the barometer's reading different pressure. Oh, let's not get it too high against that ceiling. Oh, Again, was she going to stop up there? Yeah. Then she stops, she floats, then she goes back up. Yeah. She is a floater, this one. This one does like to float around, but her flight is good, her movements are good. As we've looked at, the flips are good, the flips are fast. You know, all in all, I think she's good as an indoor copter. She's not good outdoors. Really not good outdoors, and so far, and as such, sorry, shouldn't be flown outdoors at all. So far though, so good. See, and even though we've got a low battery warning, she still seems to be going quite well, and we've still got enough power to raise her up a little bit and to fly her around, so that low battery warning might continue for another couple of minutes. But yeah, so far she's great. She's great as an indoor copter, not as an outdoor copter. And that's all you need to know, really. That's it. Oh, hang on, here she goes. She landing. Yeah, I got no increase whatsoever. Not auto starting either. So there we go. That's that. Great indoors, really bad outdoors. Should not. Well, wow, that fell out of my hand. Should really not be taken outdoors and flown outdoors. Far too many environmental factors out there to be worried about, and she's not going to perform well, as you saw. She is just quite literally going to be constantly floating and reading these different pressure amounts. She isn't great in outdoors, but indoors it's different. You saw her float, you saw her go back up to an altitude, and then she's floating in between those 2 points. That's okay. I've had quadcopters do that. I'm quite happy for that. That is perfectly normal. That is just barometer driven altitude hold. It's not going to be 100%. You know, if we had that and if we had optical flow, then I'd be concerned. But for now, I think this thing is great. Indoors, not outdoors. So there we are, folks. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.